Prior to the Olympics taking place in Rio, there was much speculation as to the type of violence that some of the Olympians might face because of the increased violence in Rio. Well, it turns out that the latest victim of gun violence in Rio was swimmer Ryan Lochte and 3 of his swimmer friends. So apparently they were traveling and they allegedly got pulled over by people posing as police officers and they got robbed at gunpoint. According to Lochte himself, he says, "We got pulled over in the taxi and these guys came out with a badge, a police badge, no lights, no nothing, just a police badge, and they pulled us over. They pulled out their guns. They told the other swimmers to get down on the ground. They got down on the ground. I refused. I was like, I didn't do anything wrong, so I'm not getting down on the ground. And then the guy pulled out his gun and cocked it, put it to my forehead and said, 'Get down.' And I put my hands up. I was like, whatever. He took our money. He took my wallet. He left my cell phone. He left my credentials."
No, dude, not whatever. Okay, guy's got a gun to your head. It's not time to be like, "Yo, what ups, man?" Okay, do whatever he says. Give him the money. Who cares?
Ryan Lochte has a really interesting way of delivering his comments. So we'll show you a video that illustrates what I'm talking about. My guess is he didn't tell a person whatever as they had a gun to his forehead, right? But nonetheless, the interesting part of the story is how did people not see this coming? I mean, we saw it coming weeks, if not months, prior to the Olympics taking place in Rio. And a lot of people, were saying that these claims of violence were exaggerated and it wasn't true. But it is true. There have been a number of Olympians that have been targeted. Also, another thing that I thought was interesting is that an International Olympic Committee spokesperson initially called the reports of the incident absolutely not true. And then later on, these claims were confirmed by the Olympians and by, those in authority within the Olympics.
So 2 reasons why I think that there was some skepticism in the beginning. One is people in charge want to cover things up, right? Mm-hmm. And, bad PR, no, don't talk about the bad PR. Secondly, apparently, and I don't know anything about Ryan Lochte, but because it was Ryan Lochte and apparently he's been on reality TV or something, he's kind of a knucklehead. So people are like, "Oh, sure, Ryan, you're trying to get attention." And he's like, "No, dude, whatever, seriously. And then the other swimmers are like, "No, seriously, they robbed us. It was at gunpoint. This is not a stunt."
So I was reading about how in 2012 he wanted to trademark the word bruh. So he's a colorful guy, and he's not the best in giving answers during interviews. In fact, I have an example for you right now. Take a quick look at this, and then you'll kind of understand why people were skeptical about his claims.
What defines me? Ryan Lochte.
Yeah, kind of stay under the profile, under the radar.
I didn't do that bad at World Championships.
I bet Lochte knows how to have some fun.
Oh, that's for sure.
7 times 4.
21.
What I was always good at was letting things go through one ear, out the other, so to say. But I mean, that's just whether it's life or there's swimming. Always do your best.
I can't wait until I'm done swimming, then I can go to the market to do a little shopping.
I think that's my biggest key in my workout. Is with swimming and weights is like my weight room. I mean, I'm not a big sentimental guy. I don't really cry.
What is on your cell phone screensaver?
Rocks.
Rocks.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll show China how to dance.
You can tell a great athlete by not how many times he wins on when he loses, because that's what is going to make a swimmer.
Are you enjoying the sex symbol status that goes along with high-profile Olympic events?
Yeah.
Are you always this cool?
I guess. I don't really see myself as being cool, but thanks.
I love that video. It was put together by BuzzFeed. You guys should check out the full video. So look, he was a victim of a violent crime in Rio, so we shouldn't be making fun of that, and we're not making fun of that. But with that said, he is definitely the most interesting Olympian I've seen in an interview.
Yeah, I think that probably the clip that defines him best is when he said, "Things go in one ear and out the other ear." It actually, I'm a little sad to say that I thought that being an athlete, had not just physical strength involved, but oftentimes certainly willpower. Could be the case with Ryan Lochte as well, but also a little bit of strategy. And turns out, no, in his case, not much strategy.
Well, you don't know.
Like, bruh,
You don't
I
know.
swam from there and then I swam back, bruh.
Look, so he might be incredibly intelligent when it comes to strategy involving his swimming. But that's not to say that he's intelligent in everything else. Most people aren't intelligent in everything.
No,
right?
no, that's definitely true.
Yeah.
And look, I'm an idiot when it comes to physics and spatial reasoning, and anyone who's heard me talk about science, as much as I love it, will tell you I ought to do better there, right? So, but that guy is not doing a lot of strategy. Let's just call it what it is.
You don't know that.
I know
and by the
it.
way,
I know it, bro.
You're basing this on his public speaking skills. Some people are not good public speakers.
That's
right?
true.
That's
but
what we do for
like,
a career.
You
so.
know, I'm about Ryan Lochte.
Anyway, Rio's dangerous. Please be careful. That's the whole point of this story. And then we superfluously threw in
all right.
a disparaging video.
But to the point of the story and how it's connected to my amusement about Ryan Lochte is, some people think like that they're impervious to real danger and surroundings. Like, no, bro, it's going to be okay, man. It's the Olympics. Yeah, sometimes it's going to be okay, and sometimes you really need security. Whereas, for example, Phelps is like, no, I've got somebody tracking me, and making sure my stuff's okay, I'm okay, because he's not a bruh, and he knows that Brazil is wonderful and lovely and all that, but at the same time, you got to be careful.
Yeah.
So don't be a knucklehead and be like, oh, I got this, bro. What's the big deal? Whatever. Because when someone puts a loaded gun to your head, it's kind of a big deal. Here's what won't happen to you if you're a TYT member.
You're kicking me out the door. You're kicking me out the door.
Well, we're not going to kick you out the door. We welcome you. Be part of independent media. Be the Young Turks. TYTnetwork.com/join.